parry-based battlegrounds game with 10 classes. I'm going to be showcasing all of them because they all have different playstyles, but similarities are how fast-paced the game can be. And each class comes with 4 moves, and they're all pretty different. For the first move, we have the Defiant Gouge. You like take out this really long spear and stab them and impale them on it. Yeah, and it does come out pretty fast. Another thing is each class has at least one move that you can feint. So you can feint Shade Veil, and you can even kind of change the timings on when you feint, so you can feint instantly. First thing I should have shown actually is the M1 cycle. So just like in a lot of games, there's a flourish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can also, it still does it even if you're not hitting someone. But another thing is, if you like the 4th hit, like it'll still knock them back on the flourish. But back to the moves, Shade Veil is also a ranged move, so you can use this from anywhere. The third move, Reality Shift. Yeah, the first one, guard breaks, I'm pretty sure. I've never seen it being blocked. But Shade Veil and Reality Shift are both blockable. There is posture in this game. And then for the fourth move is Inverted Reality. It's a counter move, but how it works is it's not frame 1. So if you get hit in like the first instant you cast this move, it's not gonna do the counter animation. And I'm gonna have my friend show me the animation, so I'm gonna wait on the cooldown. Yeah, and that's the counter. This class is pretty balanced. A lot of classes, I think this is like one out of the 2 classes that have a counter. So you have to kind of play more passive with this and more efficiently, if that makes sense, because other classes will just have 4 attacks while you really only have 3. Alright, so we have the next class is Elphael. This one's pretty gimmicky. This one's, if you like being unpredictable but annoying kind of, and having a lot of options in a fight, then this might be for you. Moonblade is just a simple attack. It's a simple Ice Slash. Yeah, this is your feintable move, so this is pretty good. You want to spam your Moonblade a lot because the windup is pretty short, and 80% of the time you're gonna be landing this move if you're good at playing this. Second, we have Howling Breeze. Pretty simple. It's a 2-hit move that it can be interrupted if you're hit while you're spinning. The passive on this class is when you use the 1 through 3 skills, your weapon will change according to what skill you use. So whenever you use Moonblade, it changes to a sword, and here's the crit for it. And the crit is different for the hammer. You have a slower swing speed, so it might be good for mixing up your M1 speed if your opponent's used to your fists. Hoarfrost Impale is the AoE move, so if you saw that circle on the ground, that's basically the range of it. And each crit is different. They all about have the same timing. I believe Howling Breeze is with the hammer. The crit is slightly slower. The last weapon you get is the not cold swap, but just a fist. If you ever want to get to the fist, you just press E, or you would use the 4 move to reset it to default, which I'll show in a second. The fist is pretty fast. I've heard a lot of people tell me that they cold swap to go back to the fist because the M1s are the fastest, and the crit as well. It kind of takes you forward, and it's almost unreactable if used right. The 4th move, Adaptive Frost, can be different depending on what weapon you have out. So if you have the sword out, it'll be just a few 5 slashes. I see this one used a lot. You turn purple, which I'm pretty sure that's a symbol for you have hyper armor. When you have hyper armor, I'm pretty sure this is the only class that does this, but when you have hyper armor, even if you get hit, the animation won't get cancelled. but both like slams are parryable, even though you do have hyper armor. So it's not a thing to be really that scared of. For the spear, you have like a kind of a throw. That first part of a move is landable, so like you kind of slash and then throw the spear, so you can use it point blank as well. I like this one a lot as essentially a second crit. So how it works is you build up coin charges by landing on one, so I can put out 2, but I don't have any anymore, and I can't put it out anymore, so when I land on one, I'll be able to. And I use the coin, so I have 0 again. I think you can have up to 2 or 3 out. Let me test it out. 1, 2. So what if I do 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3. So how this actually works is you have a coin charged up, you can use it. Maybe you have to aim at him. Yeah, so I think you have to have your cursor on him when you press E to do the coin. And then for the next move, we have Gunpowder Gamble. It's 3 different moves, and I tested this earlier. It's random chance to see what variation of the move comes out, so it actually is a gamble. But they all are pretty useful. Let's see. We got the green version, is essentially close range spread. So if you saw I had like 3 rays that like with 2 of them like spreading out to the left and right. I like that one a lot. You have to be closer to use it, about like right here. Essentially, even if he like dodged to the left or right and he was still within my range, it would hit him unless he parried it. Okay, so we have the red one. It's essentially a delayed shot which guard breaks. You cannot block that, and it has a decent range like from up to here. And here's the blue one. So I didn't use it on him, but I'm not about to try to wait a year to get the blue one again. And for a second, we have Skyfire. This one's pretty far. You can use it from far away. And this one is unique too. So if you have a full coin charges, it'll do more damage. So since I had 0 coins, I'm pressing E. I had none. It only did that much damage. But when you have the full one, I'll show you. It has like a kind of a second part. Then use it. I saw it did like 3 coins floating in the air. So if you only have 1 coin, it'll show 1 coin. If you only have 2 coins, it'll show 2 coins floating and then do the move. But that whole sequence with the floating coins in the air is parryable. But if you want maximum damage, use this move when you have when you know you have the 3 coins stored up. Number 3 is simple. It's just a close range grab where you kind of grab them and then go to the ground. It'll make you go to the ground wherever your camera's looking at. 4 is quick draw. It's a ranged move where you just shoot 3 bullets at them, and you can parry all 3 of the bullets. For this class, I like it a lot. You kind of play like a rat and spam your ranged moves, and I like it because it does have a close range move where you can throw it in like mid combo if you like land the N1 and throw it out, because a lot of these moves come out pretty fast. It's like corrupted or something, so I'm like reshooting this again. So this one's pretty unique somewhat. The M1 cycle, it changes weapons, but that's just like a visual thing, no real like effect towards gameplay. The crit is somewhat slower compared to the other crits, so the crit is very nice. It's like a lot of people are used to fighting faster crits and are used to fighting that, but whenever you fight this crit, it's more speed, so a lot of times they get guard broken by it. But for your 1 is your Ranga Workshop, and this is a multi-hit that you can parry mid-combo, so even if you get hit by the first one, you can still parry the other 2. It is a total of 3 slashes. And yeah, you can use it from a range. Your 2 Aider logics, it works the same way, except you have to be kind of closer. But it's also your feintable move, so in a second I'll show you what you can do with it. So you can feint it mid combo, or you can just feint it at the start, but here you go. So if for some reason you don't want to shoot them 3 times and just do 2, or I don't know, maybe like a mix up to combo extend or something, because on the 3rd gunshot it does flourish them like and ragdoll them away. So that is an option to feint it if you want to continue combo and use some other moves like your 3, 4, 1. But for your 3's Crystal Adler is pretty simple. It's just a straight fast dash, and it does have a range to it, so you can maybe use it from like where I'm standing. And your 4 is one of your better moves. It's pretty instant and it's a combo extender, and you can parry that mid combo as well, but the skill itself does not last for that long. So for this class, it's really just like it's a lot like playing like Catalyst, except you don't have a counter, so you just have more offensive potential. Okay, so next we have Unchained below Morpho on the identity list. This one is another constant pressure class, but for the attacks you kind of have to be more closer than normal, because if you haven't noticed, the M1s are like kind of short range, because you're just kicking them in the face and stuff. So I'll show you the range. Yeah, you have to be pretty close to them. But this is actually one of the better classes if you can get good at it. These M1s are probably one of the fastest, if not the fastest M1s. And the crit is pretty decent if you're trying to like throw them off with their parry timing, and you can also use it from a range because it kind of dashes you forward before kicking. The passive is, I'm pretty sure it's on the 3rd move. On the 3rd move that you land for Unchained, it'll create like a chain between you and the person. When you have the chain visible, you can use it whenever to pull them towards you, and then like you can follow that up with like your moves to do like a big damage combo. Yeah, usually the normal crit is just like this, but when you have the chain, it's chain pull. The first move we have Snare, pretty big range. That's parryable, but it has the delay to it, like I said, so you can like dash towards it and then use it. Metal Drive for the second one. This one's one of the harder ones to land. That's why I was saying if you're good at this class, then it's probably one of the best ones. But it's just a ranged kick. You just like a hydraulic crash. 0-3. It's pretty hard to land. You have to be like in the same range as your M1 range to like land it. So what I like to do is like I use it immediately after landing M1. The move itself is like has almost no wind up. It comes out instantly. And for Skewer, it's just a grab. It has delay to it, just like Snare. And I'm pretty sure this is like your highest damage move. This class is all about like being in your face. This is probably like the highest pressure class in the game. Like you have to play this class like really aggressive. Okay, well I just used a lot of moves, so I would have to like do more testing to see how, like, if it's just random or if you need to land that many moves. But okay, so I'll do 3, but I used the chain pull. Since he was dead, I didn't pull him, but yeah, I would have pulled him if he was alive. This one's pretty unique. It has a passive, so I'll show the passive first, and it's relating to your M1s. So the more M1s you land, the more swords you'll have at your back. So a full flourish will get you the whole ones, because you can have up to 4 on your back. What this will do is it'll buff your, like, all of your moves damage. So with max stacks, you'll have this move. As you saw, Home and Gale is just simply put your cursor on them, press 1, and it'll home in the swords on them. And the crit is like this. If you have none, it'll because the more swords you have on your back, the more hits. So it is parryable mid combo if they're hitting you with multiple of the swords. I think your 2, yeah, your 2 is the feintable move, so It's also a delayed move, so that's pretty cool. And with 3, you have Swirling Gale. It's a multi-hit, and you can also parry mid-combo. 4, Downdraft. It's just a grab. Pretty short wind-up grab. So, all in all, this class is pretty good. It's basically damage-based. If you like doing big damage and with simple moves, then this is for you. Alright, so we're on contract now. With your 1, it's Ruthless Bullets, and it's just like the homing one from Swordswayer, except it's kind of more instant, I would say, because Swordswayer's homing swords, you can see it flying towards you, but with this one, it just summons like a magic circle, and like comes out pretty instantly. Since you saw it's a multi-hit, so even if like the first few bullets hit you, you can hold F right after and then parry the rest. So I'm gonna show that in a second. Parried that pretty early, but I don't know if you can tell, but I did get hit by it. So yeah, this class really is not for damage. It's more like cheesing. Silent Bullet is a delay. It's just like the red version of Morpho's gambling shot thingy. Pretty good for mix-ups. Captivating Bullet will be your 3rd move, will be your feintable move. But to use the move, you have to aim it at them, so you won't be able to. It won't come out if you're not looking at them. So it's feintable, and what it does is just a grab. If you've ever played Deep Woken, that one move from Thundercall, I forgot what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. It's essentially that. Your 4th move, inevitable bullets, is essentially like your first move, Ruthless Bullets, but it's aimable, and it does the same thing. It's a multi-hit, but it's ranged. It caps out of range, but 4 you can kind of land it from farther, and that's also the same thing. You can. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this class. You're really just spamming ranged moves the whole time. Occasionally throwing in like curveballs like your Silent Bullet, which is just a delayed move. This one's pretty unique. This is one of the only classes with E on it. Yeah, it's only like 3 to 4 or 5 classes with an E move. Okay, so you can have up to 3 of these rings. If you see the small one in the middle, the second one, and then the big one. And what these are like stacks built on the enemy. You have 2 options when you have these kind of stacks. You can use Discharge, and the more stacks you are, the more lightning bolts you'll have, and that is pretty much unreactable. Your second option is to use Arcing Voltage, which I'm just going to show now. And depending on how many stacks you have, it depends on how many TPs you'll have. So it does 3. I'm pretty sure you can go up to 4. But if you want to be more safe, I would use the Discharge, because each teleport on Arcing Voltage is parryable. So I'm going to show 1, 3, and 4 now, since I just showed 2 along with the passive. Cerberus Bolt is a ranged move. Pretty simple. And the 1, 3, and 4 do build up these stacks that you see on him. 3 is a delayed move where you kick them up into the air, and you can follow that up with like other stuff if they land in an area where you're in their range if you want. 4 is your feintable move. What's unique about this move is it's 360 landable. And lastly, I'm going to show me parrying all the Arcing Voltage stacks on me. Even if you do parry the first one, it'll keep going if he had stacks. Second last one, almost done. This is also another one of the classes that have an E. So to recap, we have all the classes that have an E move, or like a second passive essentially, is Petrichor, Vronti, Morpho, and Elphael. So that's, but for the E on Petrichor, there's 3 variations. It just adds a enchantment to your rapier. This was the thunder one. So it changes the GFX on your moves and what the effects, like on the after effects. So yeah, it applied that, and in a few seconds it's gonna shock him, which will stun him, and that can be used to like close the gap and like continue combo. We have fire, and that's just gonna burn him, so it's just like another damage tick. Or it might be an explosion. I haven't played this class in a while. We'll see. Also note that you're not able to use the 4 because it's a counter. You won't be able to use 4 if you don't have an enchantment on your rapier. Carve, multi-hit. You can parry that mid combo. Or actually, no, you can't. You can't. You're stunned the whole time. Elphael is a somewhat mid-range dash or TP to them, and it has a noticeable wind up, so you can block this. Variations of the forge move, because there's 3 and they all do different things. And here's the lightning one. I like that one because that's guaranteed damage. And it's similar to the lightning one, but I'm not too sure. I'm 50% sure that you can parry that. One more thing is your crit also changes when you enchant it. So all the crits for each different kind of enchantment are the same. It's like a fast stab that also apply the after effects pertaining to the enchantment. So the fire would burn you, lightning would shock you, and the blue one actually has a second part, so I'll show you that in a second. So if you click after landing the crit, it'll do it, and you can do it for like, you don't have to click immediately, but you can like wait maybe like 2 to 3 seconds after and click anywhere, wherever you're at, and use the move. The date today is April 7th, so as of April 7th, 2025, these are all the classes, and this is the newest one as well. So I like this one a lot. This is the only class where you can lifesteal, so you can heal while fighting people, and it's pretty much a boss raid one as well because it works on those NPCs over there too when you land moves. So every 3 moves landed, whatever move you use, you'll heal off that move, with the exception of your 4. It'll like add more healing to the 4, because whenever you land 4 you always heal, or like a little bit. Your 1 is faintable. This class also has 2 faintable, but the faintable part of 3 is only the second part. You can't parry the first one, and the second part only comes out if you land it, of course. For 1 we have split. I like this one a lot because I use it after a parry trade, and it throws people off because the first like down slash is like at a delay. Slash, where you do that 1 spin slash, is parryable, so even if you get hit by the first one, you can parry the second one. 2's ventral strike is pretty much just a grab, but you like impale them with your sword. Sanguine Engagement is your 3, and it's a 2-part move, but this one's tricky because it's not like other moves, because where you like go forward or like towards them. This one goes backwards. Full thing with 3, Sanguine Engagement. But both parts of this move are parryable, so even if you get landed by the 3rd one, you can still parry the 2nd one, and I'll show you that in a second. And for the last move, you have Blood Debt, and this one is your best move, like undoubtedly. This one's pretty simple. You just run at them and then do this. So the first part is blockable, like before you're like actually being slashed in the air. Another thing is, if you miss your moves, you lose HP. Oh, it's actually just if you miss the move at all. Yeah, and that's a decent chunk, because if you're missing a lot, then that can the 3 doesn't apply. Let's see, the 4. The 4 does use HP to just use the move. So your 1, 3, and 4 use HP, but your 4 will always heal you if you land the move. So yeah, this class is a lot of fun. The 4, like the moves are all cool, and all these classes are cool. So the recap, Catalyst is more of a balanced playstyle with a counter. Elphael is more of like a options kind of class, like where you have a lot of mix-ups. Reticence is like fast pressure, fast combos. Morpho is like ranged and ranged mix-ups essentially. Unchained is for extreme pressure and W keying, and these are for like the elite. Swordswayer is for damage. Essentially, like its main focus is damage. Contract is more for conveniency and cheesing. Vronti is also like damage, but for, you know, like more of a close quarters combat type of thing. Petrichor is for fast pressure, but like patient gameplay. So it's more of a like a balanced. Yeah, it's essentially like Catalyst, but with faster M1s. But Petrichor also has less range than Catalyst. Reaver is for, you know, sustainability, mix-ups, and it does do decent damage because it also buffs your damage on the 3rd hit as well as healing you, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I might make more videos on Plenilune if they release more classes, but you know, they've been doing sneak peeks for like who knows how long. I plan on doing videos on other kinds of games. I just decided to do Plenilune because I like this game. I think this game has a lot of potential. It could be more. And if it was like an RPG or something, this would probably be like the only game I'd play. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in my next videos. Maybe do something positive for my channel if you want to, like subscribe, like, and comment and stuff like that. I'm not really expecting much. I'm mainly doing this as a hobby, but I'll see you guys later. Peace.